Hey angels, it's Lookin Bratz aka Dom. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then welcome. On this channel, I love to talk about fashion dolls, especially Bratz, because I am a Bratz fan and my username is quite literally Lookin Bratz. And I run the website lookinbratz.com, and lookinbratz.com is the ultimate resource for everything Bratz. There's a database with over 11,000 products to reference. There are screening guides where you can learn all about the different Bratz faces over the years. There's a hair guide, a buying guide, a database. I already said database. Character profiles with complete release histories for each and every character in the Bratz brand, and a whole lot more to discover. I mean, it's literally like, if you're a Bratz fan, you should be using lookinbratz.com. And I'm not just saying that because I made it, but because, you know, it's good. It's a good website, and it's a beautiful website. It's a beautiful, gorgeous, stunning website. And on lookinbratz.com, you can find a detailed review of the doll that we are going to be checking out today. There's going to be detailed pictures and some background stuff on there, so definitely go check that out. But in this video, we are going to be unboxing the Karol G X Bratz doll, and MGA Entertainment was gracious enough to send me the PR kit for this release. So thank you so much to MGA Entertainment for sending me this product. I am a Bratz collector, so of course I will be cherishing the PR kit forever. Please don't ask to buy it off of me because I will never probably sell it. So the PR kit was pretty simple. It's just this, and then you open it up and there is the Karol G doll, and then we can see some, it's way past the November 25th date, by the way. This doll arrived at my house. I wasn't home, I was away, and I was visiting my boyfriend in a different state. So my mom opened it up and showed me everything, and now I'm finally opening the doll itself. I think it came in about like 2 weeks ago. It was like right before the doll released on Bratz.com, and we all know at this point what those Bratz.com releases are looking like. They've been pretty messy for a lot of us, but there is going to be a restock of this doll. Depending on when you watch this, the restock may have passed. I'm not sure. But first of all, let's look at the artwork. The artwork is so good. I'll talk about the artwork more a little bit later as we get into the packaging of it all, but it did come with this note card that fell on the floor. Pretty cute, pretty simple, but you know, simple is okay. But it says, Karol G X Bratz, step into the world of Bratz, but with a dose of bichota gratitude. With billions of global streams and a record-breaking stadium tour, I think I was like reading tour and then looking at Karol G's name at the same time. With a record-breaking stadium tour, Karol G is a force to be reckoned with, and now she's been Bratzified. So if you don't know the tea, Bratz launched this on Bratz.com on Tuesday, December 3rd at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and it sold out in under a minute, or I don't know, by like, what is it, 8:01, it was gone. So a lot of people were upset, of course, and keeping in mind that it's not just Bratz fans, but it's also Karol G fans. And then there has been a really, really bad reselling issue where resellers are somehow hacking the system, and they're able to order like a bunch of quantities of the dolls, and it's really, really dampered the Mean Girls release and also the Karol G release, and MGA responded to that by doing a restock. So the restock is Thursday, December 12th at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you don't know your time zone, please look it up, Google it. I'm not sure. I am not responsible for the releases. Please don't hold me responsible if you're not able to get the doll. It's not in my hands, and at this point, I am not going to be posting a lot about these limited drop releases just because they've been messy and a lot of people want to point fingers. I say point fingers at the corporation at the end of the day, and point fingers at like the bots and the resellers and all of that. For me, I was posting news about dolls, and at this point it feels kind of like I don't want to as much because a lot of people are a little too dependent, and that's not a bad thing. I think I've positioned myself in a way that a lot of people look to me for the news and stuff, but it's gotten to a point where it's been a lot of hand-holding, and I'm not hand-holding during these launches anymore. It's really like, go look at the Bratz pages and look at the Bratz website. I mean, if the information is available, it's available there. If it's not available there, then there's an unlikely chance that I have the information, and I don't want to be like rude or anything. I hope I'm not coming off rude, but if I am and you feel that way, then I'm sorry that you feel that way. It really just is not my responsibility. I am a fan. I'm not getting paid to do this at the end of the day. Unless you do want to pay me money, and I will personally hand deliver you news if you want to pay me money directly. That's like half a joke. Anyways, we're going to get into the actual unboxing of the doll, and we're going to check out the packaging first of all, because there were some notes I had last year about the Kylie Jenner launch and what those dolls looked like and what the packaging looked like, because the packaging was very, very plain, very simple. It wasn't a bad thing, but when I think of Bratz, I do think a little bit more maximalism. I think there's a lot going on with a lot of Bratz packaging, and it should be very visually interesting, and I think this way for a lot of doll releases, I think the packaging should be visually intriguing. The Kylie Jenner packaging was very, very boring in my opinion. It wasn't bad, but it was just kind of like, oh, you know, it's very plain. It's very just, it's just there. It's just there, and it's still there in the stores. So I think that partially shows like how well that collaboration sold, because it didn't sell as well. I think the reason why this release was limited, I understand it for a celebrity doll, because I'm like, do we need to have it so mass produced to the point that it's still sitting on shelves over a year after it was launched? Or is it safer to just do a limited drop on a website? I don't know if I fully like the concept of these limited drops, and I think that's what stressed me out a lot about Mattel Creations, is that when they do these limited drops, it's stressful for a lot of people, including myself. If I ever go to get one, it's actually deterred me from wanting to shop on the Mattel Creations website a lot of times. So I don't know, I really hope that MGA is able to do right by the Bratz fans, and that they value the real sales of dolls over the reselling sales and the bot sales of the dolls. Because I'm like, yeah, at the end of the day, it's a corporation. They made the money back, blah, 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 whatever. But I don't know. I think there's another ethical, moral issue at play where it's like, are the fans actually getting these dolls? Are they getting to enjoy the dolls? So I think that is in my opinion, the bigger issue at hand. Of course, you know, money's money, but I don't know. Think about like the consumer base, and think about, is it worth it to like lose your consumer base to do these limited drops? I don't know. Just my 2 cents. But we are going to look at the packaging. Sorry. The Kylie Jenner packaging was very, very plain, and this one is, in my opinion, a lot better. I really love a gradient, so I like love the gradient colors. I honestly don't think the cameras have done the color of the packaging justice, and all like the holographicness. And of course, like I have the ring light on, so like there's a glare, so you can't see as much, but in person the packaging looks so good, and I love the artwork. So the artwork style is the same as the Kylie Jenner art style, which I really loved the Kylie Jenner artwork, and I thought that was one of the highlights of that collaboration, was that we had that stunning art style. And honestly, I would really love if this was like the Bratz art style currently. I don't dislike the current Bratz art style, but it's felt a little bit inconsistent, and something about the shape of the eyes I'm not a huge fan of. I'm really glad they used it again. I have no idea who the artist is, and I would really love to know who did the artwork on these boxes, this collab and the Kylie Jenner collab, because it was some pretty good artwork. And I think it's a shame that it's like just limited to the celeb collabs. I think it should be utilized a little bit more. But this is the box. Very, very visually interesting. We have, like, of course, the doll behind the window packaging here, but then we have, like, this barbed wire heart shape that goes around, and then these panels on each side. And the artwork is here, and then there's Bratz here, and then it says bichota. And honestly, please don't make fun of me if I don't say bichota right, because I don't speak Spanish. So I can definitely pretend to, like, in a way that, like, if I'm in acting, you know. But I'm not a Spanish speaker, so please don't judge me. I'm trying my best. I like how the artwork is on both sides of this panel, though. And the Bratz logo is on the other side of this side. I love the way this looks and the way it opens up. And I was worried at first that it would just kind of like fly open, because there was actually tape at the top. There was like the round stickers right here. And it came off pretty easily, which was nice. And it didn't rip any of the packaging, because of course I would love to preserve the packaging. Also, if I sound like scratchy or stuffy, I'm getting over a cold and my throat kind of hurts right now, and I felt like maybe I just didn't talk enough today to realize that my throat is hurting. I was so sick last week. It was ridiculous. I feel like I'm just getting sick a lot lately. But anyways, enough about me. I love the packaging. I honestly think it's really, really nice packaging. I love how like this part is holographic. The barbed wire, it looks really, really good. And then we have an actual picture of Karol G on the side, which I like, because I didn't like the way that the Kylie packaging was done, where it was like a picture of her on the front. And also the way with the mini Bratz, I did not like seeing her picture, like just her on it. Like I liked seeing the artwork with the picture of the celebrity. So I think this is a really nice, it makes up a lot, in my opinion, for the Kylie Jenner collab already, just based off the packaging alone. But you open it up, of course, you see the doll. Also, the handle is barbed wire. The barbed wire is kind of like throughout the whole thing. I don't know a ton about Karol G, so I don't know if this is like common in her brand, but it's also on the note card, so I gotta assume that it is. I bought the shirt that she comes with. Spoiler alert, she comes with a mini version of this shirt, just because I thought the artwork was so cute, because it reminds me of the Sugar Planet dolls that MGA made back in the day. And I know it's not a reference to that, of course, because it was Karol G's merch, but it kind of has that vibe to it, you know what I mean? But yeah, here it is. The back of the box also has a note from Miss G herself. It's in both Spanish and in English. I will read aloud the English translation, and it says, "I still can't believe we won a Latin Grammy for Best Album of the Year. No one will ever know what I felt on that November 16th of 2023. After all that work and dreams came true, I can say that mi mañana..." Oh, wow, I didn't realize the last part was all in Spanish. "Mi mañana ha sido muy bonito." I did my best. So cute. I think it's really cute. And I like that it's more personalized. I felt like the Kylie collab felt, I don't know, it was just a little bland in a lot of areas, and it just wasn't, it didn't feel Bratz enough to me. It was a gorgeous doll. I thought the dolls were nice. I thought the minis were cute, but there was just something about it that did not feel Bratz enough. And this feels a lot more Bratz, but it feels more personal to the celebrity. Rather, like the Kylie collab, like, I don't know, it didn't feel like there was a personal attachment to it from the celebrity herself. So it's nice to see a little bit more of like, oh, like Karol G, like really like is part of this, you know, this is a Karol G doll. And there's a lot of things about this doll already that I can say that makes me feel that way. But I think it's a good time to open the doll. I think I've talked enough. So there's this cardboard piece that says bichota on it, and it comes out pretty easily. And then hopefully this plastic piece, yep, pretty easy. This is what I appreciated about the Mean Girls collab as well, was that it was very easy to just open, and like the unboxing experience wasn't such a hassle. Now, I will say what I don't like already, and this is like such a small issue because, like, whatever, you just have to be careful if you want to preserve the packaging. You have to, like, go in the back and untie everything there. Because unlike the Mean Girls, this is just a plain cardboard backing. Whereas the Mean Girls actually had the graphic on the back underneath this cardboard piece. And I think that would be nice, but you know, we'll work with what we got here. It's not that big of a deal. Also, I forgot to mention, I really do like the pack out for this. I think just visually, again, it's a lot better than the Kylie collab. And not to compare it constantly to the Kylie collab, but that really is the only point of comparison we have at the moment is that collab. But there's a lot of like graphics here, and it's not like too much, but it's like just enough. Like there's the spotlight coming down and shining on Karol G. There's like music notes, there's stars, there's like a microphone, there's lips, there's a CD or a record behind the card here. So just like visually, I appreciate the design of all of this. And I like the way that it's laid out. I like the trading card aspect. I love the vinyl. I love seeing the accessories. We'll talk about the accessories in just a bit because I do have some thoughts and feelings about some of the accessories. The outfits were on this side, the second outfits, but I just took them out. But it just looks a lot better, in my opinion. And it really, really showcases like what the doll comes with. And if you're an inbox collector, I think it would look really gorgeous on display. So I think there's a lot of pluses here to this design. And it's not super visible. There's a stand on the bottom here, and then on the edge here is the certificate of authenticity, which we'll get to all of that. Starting off with her second outfit pieces, she comes with merchandise, like mini merchandise of like her real life merchandise. I actually went to the Karol G shop, of course, and I checked out what it all looked like, and she comes with this long sleeve crop top mesh shirt. It doesn't look super mesh in person, but I don't know. It's cute though. I think it's really nice, and it has hearts all over it, which seems to be part of Karol G's branding, which I think is really cute. I think this would be a really nice top for just like a Bratz doll generally, not just the Karol G doll. She comes with this pair of joggers, and this is also based off some of her merchandise. I believe this one is called Bichota Season Icons. And it has some cute graphics on it. The material is very nice. It feels like real sweatpant material. And the shirt also, like, the construction is nice. And I think that's always a plus with just about almost any Bratz doll or MGA doll, is that the quality is gonna be good for the most part. So, appreciate that. This shirt though is like huge. This is definitely like a t-shirt dress, like very much an oversized tee, but here is the Bichota Season Acid Wash tee. It looks just like the one in real life. Again, I just love that graphic. It is such a cute traffic. I just said traffic because I hear like the police like outside. Do you hear the police sirens? It's also raining outside, so if you just like hear random noises, it's raining. There's probably traffic right now, I'm not sure. But it just reminds me like so much of Sugar Planet if Sugar Planet was like grown up. I wonder what the inspo was for the merchandise. I would like to ask Miss Karol G. I feel like I always lose my scissors when I'm doing an unboxing. Like, what is wrong with me? See, it was like right near my ass. Anyways. Collect yourself. Control yourself. There is a pink stand. It looks a lot like the Mean Girls. The shade is almost similar. The Mean Girls stands have a little bit more like glitteriness to it though. Not to bring Mean Girls into the conversation, but honestly, the Mean Girls dolls are relevant to this release as well. So whether you like it or not, it's a pink stand. I think that's cute. I would love to see them like just do more of these stands. I love these stands a lot. I think they've been very useful. There was someone on eBay doing 3D prints of these. They only had one listing though, so I bought it and I got like 20 stands, and I incorporated it onto my shelves, which was nice because I was like, you know, like they save a lot of space. even if they made like a smaller version of the stand that was like just this part, I just think it's very nice. It's very, very useful. And we have the Mugler inspired star brush. It's in this very interesting rose gold color, and I have to say it's a really nice color. I kind of wish the stand was that color instead of this pink, because this pink feels a little too like Tweevel's Mean Girl, and I think this rose gold is a really, really just nice shade. And it would have, I don't know, there's been a lot of like pink in the Bratz brand the past year or two, which isn't a bad thing. I'm just saying, like, you know, like I think they could have mixed it up and switched it up a little bit. Now, this is the accessory that I think is the most unnecessary. So you can see in the thing, she's holding a trophy, which is supposed to represent her Latin Grammy that she won. So that's cute. I think that it's cute to include one of these, but they've included 3 of them. Now, I understand. I completely understand that she won 3 Latin Grammys in 2023. Completely get that part, but did they need to include 3 trophies with the dolls? And now I'm not gonna blame just MJ for this, because I'm like, maybe Karol G's team or Karol G herself insisted that it come with 3 awards because she won 3 awards last year. But I think from a doll collecting perspective, we did not need 3 trophies. But you know what? I also have to understand this is for Karol G fans as well. It's not just for a Bratz fan. It's for Karol G fans. But I'm thinking, just because she comes with 1 pair of shoes, and we'll check out the shoes and everything in just a minute. She comes with 1 pair of shoes. And I think she could have had like 1 more pair of shoes. And I noticed that she doesn't come with a dress form mannequin stand. And I think that also, like, if they wanted to be on par with all of the other collector releases they've done the past 2 years, they could have done the dress form mannequin and stand with it for the second outfit. But you know what? I can't complain too much. You know, I know there's probably reasons for the decisions made, but just saying my personal opinion. Now, the next batch of accessories though, these I actually really, really like, and I think it ties it all together. Something I wasn't a big fan of with the Mean Girls launch, and it wasn't that big of a deal, but it was kind of like, oh, like, you know, they could have done that, right? Is that the Mean Girls dolls did not come with earrings. The Kylie Jenner dolls came with earrings. Those are pretty nice. This doll does come with 2 heart earrings, and they kind of have that barbed wire look to them. And the earrings are pretty cute. I gotta say, the earrings are cute. And she comes with this really cute charm necklace. There's like a flower with a smiley face. There's some sort of cube on there. There's a star. There's a, what looks like a bunny. And then there's a money sign. And hopefully you can see that. It's a little hard. It's all electroplated, which is nice. I always appreciate an electroplated accessory. And this part is my favorite just because I was literally a day or 2 before the doll got announced. I was cleaning my room, I was dusting my shelves, and I saw my Trixie Mattel doll that Integrity Toys made a few years ago. And the Trixie Mattel doll came with mini vinyl records. Of course, the vinyl records are not real working. That's just, that would be a little too ridiculous, and probably not possible at that scale. I don't know. I was like, wow, like if Bratz is gonna be collaborating with celebrities or artists, whatever, they should really, really go the extra mile and produce accessories that make sense. So I was thinking, because Karol G has been rumored for a minute now, and I was like, they should do that for the Karol G. And I don't know. I know it was already planned and produced, but I felt like I had manifested that thought because she comes with a mini vinyl record with a case and all. So here is the front of it. I don't know what this album is called, honestly. Oh, it's called Mañana Será Bonita, or Bonito, sorry. I think that's what it's called. I'm not sure. The artwork on it, though, is so cute because it's literally the artwork of the album itself. And it has the track list on the back with the artwork, and then you have the vinyl itself inside. The cardboard is a little tight for the small mini record itself. I think that is so cute. I think that's a really neat detail. And to me, it makes it feel like this collaboration is true to Karol G as an artist, but Karol G as her brand, which is what I felt like the Kylie Jenner dolls lacked in that area a lot. Like, nothing felt genuinely Kylie Jenner. When I think of Kylie Jenner, I think of her lip kits, I think of Kylie Cosmetics, and there was like no real reference to that, and I was kind of like, oh, you know, they could have done more for the Kylie collab. So I'm glad that the Karol G doll is kind of, you know, doing more with the Karol G brand itself, but also, I don't know, I hope it sets a trend that if they continue to do these collector celebrity dolls, that they go the extra mile and they really try to bring both brands together. And I think the Karol G doll collaboration here is just like a perfect meshing of both the Bratz and the Karol G brands. And we're gonna bring up the Kylie Jenner dolls a few times because it's hard not to, but especially because she comes with the lip purse. This originally came with the Kylie Jenner Day doll last year, and I'll show a little comparison between the two. So this one is the Kylie Jenner purse, this one is the Karol G purse. And I'll be honest, I'm, you know, as much as I would love a fabric purse, I love a fabric purse, I like this sculpt a lot. And I even said last year, I was like, I would love if they did this in like a bunch of different colorways and release them. I'm just shocked that they did it for the Karol G doll, and they did it like just a little over a year after that Kylie Jenner doll came out. And it's cute though, it has the hearts on it, it feels like the Karol G branding is on it. But I think a lot of people are going to bring up that they reused the sculpt from the Kylie Jenner doll. Do I think it's lazy? Not necessarily, but I just do think it's an odd choice considering the Kylie Jenner collab just happened, and like this is the next celebrity doll and they're reusing the sculpt from that. So I don't know. It's a cute bag though. It's a cute bag. I think it's cute. So, you know, if you didn't get the Kylie Jenner doll and you wanted the Karol G doll, you get that lip purse, and there it is. But here is the little collectible trading card. So I don't know if I should keep calling this a trading card because it's actually more like a note card. I liked with the Mean Girls dolls that they came with those like little trading cards, and it was just a card with the artwork on it. And I think it's a wonderful way to just showcase that gorgeous artwork aside from the packaging, but it really just, I don't know, it's really nice. It looks so good. And then it says Karol G X Bratz on the back, and then on the inside it's a note. And it explains to you what a bichota is. So it says a bichota is an empowered woman, confident in herself and owner of her own destiny. The word bichota is a colloquial, did I say that right? I was an English major, mind you. Expression that defines a strong, powerful, and successful woman known for her bold attitude and determination to achieve her goals. The bichota aims to inspire women to be brave, to believe in themselves, and to fight for their dreams no matter the obstacles that come their way. In this context, being a bichota means being a woman who does not settle for the status quo, who challenges stereotypes, and who dares to shine in her own light in a world that often tries to dim her brightness. I love that. I just gotta say, I love that. I love that they're putting this message with the doll. Because at first glance, like if you're not a Spanish speaker, you might see the word bichota and be like, bitch. But no, I think bichota is like a celebratory term, which I think is really nice. And at first I was like, why? Like, not that like I was like, okay, bichota, like I know what the term means, but I saw it all over the packaging and I was like, why do they just use it all over the packaging? Like, Because it's the Karol G doll, but does it need to say bichota everywhere? I don't know. But now I'm kind of like, you know what? I don't mind it as much because I love this little note card, and I love that they take the time to explain it rather than making the consumer assume what it is. And the last line says, Bratz are bichotas because of their bold fashion choices, determination to be authentically themselves, and distinctive power to be and remain a huge part of pop culture. I loved that. I loved that. I thought that was great. It also is in Spanish on the other side. I think that's lovely. I think that is so lovely. I love that. Now, the last thing that we have is the doll. We have Miss Karol G, the doll, out of the box. Here she is. I feel like the lighting is like really bad on her right now. Please look not washed out at the moment, Miss Karol G. Sorry, I'm confused. Does she not have a tattoo? I could have sworn this doll was supposed to have a tattoo. I could be dead wrong. I have to look it up. Because in the promo photo, she has like an arm tattoo on her left arm. Yeah, her left arm. And it's like a heart on her arm. Does she not have it like in person? Why would they put that in the photo? There's a promotional photo. I'll put it here or here. And you can see what I'm talking about. I thought this doll was supposed to have a tattoo, and I was kind of like, oh, that makes it really unique because it shows, because it's one of Karol G's tattoos, and Karol G has a few tattoos, and of course she has like one on her leg, she has some on her arms, and it would have been nice if they included those. And I thought, oh, at least they have the one tattoo on her arm, but it looks like they just don't. Unless mine's an error, but I don't think it is, because I don't think they would send me. I don't know. I think they would know. I don't know. Here's the doll. A tattoo aside, I have to say, when I first saw the doll, I was unsure. I wasn't sure if I was gonna like her as much. I thought she was a pretty doll, but I was kind of like, huh. Facially, she reminds me just a little bit of the Kylie doll, just a tad bit, but she's gorgeous. I don't know. There's something about her that's really, really intriguing. The way that they did the face up on this doll, and it feels like they went for more of a mix between what the person looks like in real life, but also with a Bratz doll. It reminds me a lot of those 2015 customs that the Bratz account would do for like, it was just like for social media, like they would do celebrities and like custom dolls of celebrities. And I always thought those were super interesting looking, and she looks a lot like that era. The hair is really pretty though. I wasn't sure about the hair either. The bangs, you know, they're very wispy. They look like hers. The hair gel isn't as bad, but I will be giving her a wash. And if you're interested in learning more about how to take care of your doll's hair, go to the hair guide on lookinbratz.com. You can learn about how to take care of your doll's hair, how to treat hair. And just like every other Bratz release in the past 3 years now, she does have premium nylon hair. This is a lot better feeling and a lot better looking than the Mean Girls nylon though, because the Mean Girls mostly had like metallic nylon, and it honestly, fixing that hair was just so difficult for me. Like I just was not having it with the Mean Girls hair. So this is a lot better, and it feels a lot nicer, and there's not too much product in it. So thank you, MJ, for not putting too much product in this part. I understand for the bangs are fine. I'll probably just leave the bangs alone, but the rest of the hair is nice, and it's pretty flowy out of the box. You love the shade of blonde they chose. It's like a nice platinum blonde, but then there is that pink underneath, and I think the shades they chose are really nice. It looks a lot like ice cream, like cotton candy-ish flavors, you know? Yes. Okay, you know what? A lot of people complain about nylon, but I think it's a really nice hair fiber sometimes. Unless it's on the Mean Girls dolls. The Mean Girls dolls nylon pissed me off so bad. So her dress is based off the dress that she wore at the 2023 Latin Grammy Awards when she won her Latin Grammys and the reason why we have 3 trophies with this doll. The dress is nice. I think the construction looks nice and I like the material they used. I do wish it was just a little bit more like flowy looking. I don't know if that even makes sense. This version of the dress looks different, and I understand because this is a doll and she does not have the same proportions as a real human woman. She doesn't have Karol G's real proportions, but I think regardless, the dress is nice. It's cute, and I love that rose gold color. I think it really looks good, and it does make me wish there was a little bit more rose gold with some of the accessories. Her shoes, though, are a reused sculpt. I think this sculpt was introduced in 2002 or 2003. I think it might have been introduced with Funk and Glow, but I could be wrong. But it's a reused Bratz sculpt, so it's nothing new. Whereas the Kylie Jenner doll did have a new sculpt. I'm not against them reusing a sculpt for this doll. I don't think it's that big a deal. But I do like the way that the shoes looked in the artwork, because she does have a strap on the back of the heel. It would have been fun if they at least modified this pair of shoes with the strap on it. But you know what, at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal. I feel so bad. I feel like the lighting is like washing everything out. But I will say, the color of the shoes is really, really nice. I saw some people having issues, like some people did get the dolls, and there's a little bit of a skin tone difference between the shoe itself and the leg. Honestly, it doesn't look too bad now that I'm looking at it. But I don't know, you can decide. And of course she comes with the 2018 collector body. If you want to learn just more about the body, the hair, the face up, everything, just check out the article at lookinbratz.com. It's literally your guide for everything Bratz. But yeah, here is Miss Karol G. Now, there was a lot of, I don't know, I can't say criticism, but maybe criticism. It wasn't anything super negative, but there were a lot of people who were like, I don't understand why they would choose Karol G, because a lot of people, maybe some Bratz fans, don't know who Karol G is. I have known who Karol G was before. I'm not the most familiar with her work, but I know who she is. I've heard her music. Like, she's not unknown to me, but a lot of people were just a little bit rude about it. Some were like, okay, like, I don't know who she is, but the doll's pretty, whatever. Some people were kind of they were discrediting her, and I never like discrediting someone else's work. I'm like, sure, she's a celebrity, like, you know, we don't need to do celebrity worship here. But, you know, giving credit where credit's due, Karol G is very impactful in Latin America. She's Colombian, so I think what I'm trying to get at is that not everything is gonna be made for everyone. If you're a Bratz fan and you don't know who Karol G is, maybe the doll isn't for you, and that is completely okay. I just think I draw the line where it's like discrediting someone's work or someone's impact just simply because I don't know them. There's plenty of people who've made big impact that we don't know about who could get turned into a Bratz doll. So I'm like, you know, like, let's think it through. I also never want to discredit a woman. I'm like, I never want to discredit a woman for her work. So that's where I'm coming from with that. Also, she has the 2001 original sculpt. Like, we can stop whining about the UV sculpt, please. Like, she's perfectly capable of like moving her head and it's not blown up. I don't know. I think it's nice that MGA is branching out a little bit more with the celeb collabs. I don't know if they're going to continue doing them. I think with the amount of like backlash that each release, every Bratz release, not even just the celeb collab, will get backlash. And at this point, it's just so tiring. It's just so tiring. I'm like, everyone's just like making stuff up to get mad about. I think it's nice that MGA is branching out. They're doing something that doesn't cater to just strictly American audiences or to English-speaking audiences, and that's okay. And that's something that should be encouraged because, I don't know, I think Bratz represents a lot of women and a lot of people in general. And it makes sense to me that they would choose a Latin American artist to collaborate with. And again, like, there's so much possibility for celebrity collabs that just because they did a collaboration with Karol G doesn't mean that that's the be all end all. There's opportunity for them to collaborate with other artists. And also just saying, they can't just be like, we're gonna collaborate with this artist. It has to be a mutual agreement, because that's someone else's likeness and someone else's image, and that celebrity has to want to collaborate with Bratz as well. So keep that in mind when you're, you know, requesting things, that there is a possibility that MJ's reached out to other celebrities and they just aren't interested in having a doll produced in their likeness. So that's all I gotta say about that, and maybe we should just not discredit a Latino woman. But the doll is gorgeous. The doll's gorgeous. I think this is a nice homage to Karol G. As someone who isn't the most familiar with Karol G, but has like a very brief, like, you know, understanding of who she is and, you know, what her work is like, I think this is a nice homage, and I think it really ties in very nicely for the Bratz brand and for the Karol G brand and for the artist herself. And the fact that it felt like this collaboration was a lot more thoughtful than the Kylie Jenner collab. The Kylie Jenner collab just felt like, okay, it's Kylie Jenner. Here's a bunch of dolls and minis that are gonna be stuck on shelves a year later. I just want to get out of the Kylie era. Like, I know we're out of it technically, but I don't want to see the Kylie Jenner doll on store shelves anymore. Like, the stores just gotta clear them out. They just gotta clear them out. I think the Kylie Jenner collab, unfortunately, put a big damper on the Bratz brand, and I'm hoping that it doesn't have a lasting effect on it, because I do think there is the potential to make dolls that are a little bit more desirable in terms of, you know, wanting them, of course, but also packaging. And there's a lot of thought, I think, went into this. There's a message from Karol G. There's an explanation about the term bichota. There's merchandise that relates to Karol G. It's like actual Karol G merch just made for a Bratz doll. And I think those are all like such cool nods to the celebrity that they're supposed to be paying homage to. And it feels like a real collaboration rather than just licensing out a celebrity's name and likeness. It feels there was a little bit more meat to it, and I really like that. I think that's great. But let me know in the comments what you think about the Karol G doll, and what celebrity do you think they should do next? Because honestly, I don't know. I have my hopes up for a bunch of different celebrities that I think would be cool contenders, but you just never know what could happen. I know Karol G wasn't what a lot of people expected, but at the end of it, I think we got a pretty cute doll out of it, and I think we got a really nice, well-made everything. Like, the whole collaboration just feels a lot nicer than the Kylie Jenner collaboration. So I'm gonna give MG their kudos there, because they made a pretty damn good doll. But let me know in the comments what you think. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. And if you want to find me on other socials, I make content on Instagram. I'm running out of socials here. My Facebook got hacked, so I'm no longer on Facebook. If you see me posting on Facebook, it is not me. And I'm really, really annoyed by that, but I'm gonna try to let it go as much as I can, because there are other things to worry about. Yeah, check out lookinbratz.com. Lookinbratz.com is the Bratz website. Like, you should be checking out lookinbratz.com if you're a Bratz fan. I'm gonna say, if you explore lookinbratz.com, you're not gonna regret it. You're not gonna regret it. But thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you are staying updated on launches yourselves and stay up to date on those if you're like really interested in this doll. I'm trying to get this review up just ahead of the restock, so keep your eyes and ears peeled on the Bratz socials and on the Bratz website for stocking news about those limited drop releases. And other than that, I will see y'all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Oh, and she does like a heart thing. She She does this a lot, and I think that's so cute. It would have been cute if they did a new hand sculpt that had a heart. That would have really just made it even more perfect. But anyways, I'll see y'all. Bye. Hey angels, this is semi-post edit Dom. I don't think this video is gonna come out in time for the restock. It'll probably be a little bit after. Also, I can't tell if Miss Karol G is centered right now. I did forget to mention that her retail price is $50 USD, so keep that in mind that she retails at $50, and I think that's a pretty good price for a licensed doll like this, because it's licensing out a celebrity's name and likeness, and it does come with a decent amount of accessories. Honestly, compared to some of the Bratz collector dolls that retail for $60, I think you're getting a pretty good value with the Karol G doll. I also forgot to show her certificate of authenticity, and it's pretty cute. Here's the envelope. It's like on the side of the packaging like I showed earlier, so pretty easy to miss because I completely forgot about it, but here it is. It says, "This certificate authenticates that your doll was carefully created and designed through the collaborative efforts of Bratz and Karol G." And then it's also there again in Spanish, so pretty cute. And yeah, that's all I had to really add to the video, and I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.